Guys, deluded Gunner. Now, I've spoken about this before, and made a case for him to join Manchester United before. But if you've seen the papers of today, you're seeing the Mirror, and I believe the Daily Mail have it Ozil to Manchester United. Whether it happens or whether it doesn't happen, I mean, you could say on one hand it's nonsense, but you have to say on the other hand, because of the sort of player he is, because it's Jose, because he's one of the best players, if not the best creative midfielder in the world. He has a lot of nostalgia, and he's going to be a free agent. United have the money to give him wages. There's not one club. You can't rule him out of moving to any club that doesn't have the financial capabilities. And with Alexis going to City allegedly, you can't rule out Ozil snaking it and going back to play under Jose. Now, Jose Mourinho has well documented his relationship with Ozil. He loves Ozil. He's backed Ozil. Even when he was at Chelsea, he defended Ozil. It's in Ozil's book how he used to get the best out of him by demanding more. It would make sense Ozil going to United. Firstly, people would leave Ozil alone, because if I put myself in Ozil's shoes, I know they're very big. They're very big shoes to fill because of the space he creates, and he's just a damn good footballer. He'd be under Jose, who understands him. He will defend him. He will back him. He will demand more of him. Oh gosh, low battery, guys. Sorry about that. Yeah, he will demand more of him and all of them things. He'll be under someone who's won things. He'll go under someone that knows him as a footballer. And what I mean by that is, with Ozil, you know he can defend and he tracks back and stuff, but that's not his capabilities. So Jose would build a side around him, like what I've been saying Arsenal need to do. He'd have Matic there that's going to defend and do the less glamorous stuff. On paper, Herrera and Fellaini too. Pogba is more expansive than the other two, but he will probably play deeper than Ozil, so he'd be allowed to thrive and things like that. Of course, he'd have to defend, but you see how the system would allow Ozil to thrive if they have a rigid system of guys that can break down play, and Ozil dictating and finding the lines. Yeah, it won't just be on Ozil. He'll be surrounded by Pogba, Mkhitaryan, Mata, Martial, Lukaku, all of these other players that can stand up to be counted. Ozil, if he's at Arsenal and he doesn't turn up, even when he does turn up, he's digged out because he's one of the best in the side. Somehow people want him to score 20 goals. They want him to score 20 goals, 20 assists, cure world illnesses before he'll do anything at Arsenal. And he is hung out to dry at Arsenal. These are the things that wouldn't happen to him. Added to that, even if we go back to his Real Madrid days, he was with Di Maria, he was with X, Y, Z. It weren't just Ozil. Jose understands that. How many times did you see Ozil get subbed after 60 minutes or so under Jose? So Jose is someone that very much knows him. What was that? Someone that very much knows him as a footballer. The wages thing as well, guys. Sorry, the wages. Of course, you're seeing anything from £300,000 to 250k or whatever it is. United could afford that. I don't think United would give him 300k. I mean, Rooney didn't deserve it. I do believe they have the money to do it, but it wouldn't make sense for United to do that, to be honest with you, because Pogba's not even on that, and he's not even in the best stages of his career yet, so it wouldn't make sense for Ozil to get that. But he'd definitely get more of a lucrative wage at United than at Arsenal. They could probably give him his wage demands in their sleep. Ultimately, he's joining a more competitive side. They're under Jose. They want to win stuff. The fans want to win stuff. The club want to win stuff. They want to get back to the glory days and things like that. So it would make sense. If I was him, you can't not consider it. If I had the likes of, let's just say, City asks for me, United asks for me, Munich asks for me, PSG asks for me, I'd probably go to Munich first. I'd probably go to PSG second. United and City, I'll be listening. I'll be listening to what Pep is saying, because you look at all them creative players. I'll be listening to what Jose's saying, because he knows who I am as a footballer. I'd also listen to Arsenal and not rule out staying. But if I'm Ozil, you control all the aces. You're free. You can walk to any team you want. You can get signed for any team you want. It would make perfect sense. And this is why Arsenal are retarded, pardon my language, because from a negotiating proposition, from a business proposition, it makes no sense. Even if you wanted to move Alexis and Ozil on, it is risky business in January. Yes, there's a case to do it, but would either want to move and risk their World Cup places for their respective clubs? Now you could say, regardless of bad seasons or not, Ozil is definitely going to go, and definitely Alexis for Chile. But it is a big risk, and it is added stress then, and to move your family on and all of these things, and to get settled mid-season, it is a big risk. Either way, this club has committed suicide. He can talk in January with all overseas clubs. He'd have to wait until the end of the season for United. But agrees deals can be made on the back burner. How many times do we see deals that will be done next summer and in January or so on are probably being done as I make this video and as you guys watch it, guys. That's just how football works. So if I had to give it out of 10 how much I believe it, I don't necessarily believe it. I do believe it's nonsense. I believe when you see Jose wants Griezmann and all of these players before Ozil, You can't say Ozil's going to be a top of priority list. But on the other hand, he knows Ozil. He loves Ozil. Ozil will come for free. You can't turn it down. You can't turn it down, especially players of that quality. Like, out of 10, I'd say I'd probably believe this rumor about 4. But again, anything is possible. Anything is possible. And I would not rule out Ozil playing in an Old Trafford shirt, United shirt, and at Old Trafford. Yeah, man, stinks of Van Persie, to be honest with you. But hopefully it doesn't happen. Prepare for the worst. Yeah, man, just prepare for the worst. Expect this club to do anything because we've committed suicide. Our club is retarded enough. I can't remember who we last played, but at one point in our under-18s game, because of the lack of preparation and numbers, we only listed 3 substitutions, I believe, 3 subs. A club like Arsenal shouldn't be going with this. That's Sunday League stuff. You see that stuff down at Hackney Marshes. You don't see that at the Emirates or at London Coley or wherever. Guys, Dilly the Goon, I'm signing out, man. I wrapped up this rumour very quickly. I don't need to talk anymore. Get in the comments, like and subscribe.